Welcome back. We've got Olatubosun Abolarinwa, a security consultant, joining us next. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you. Good morning.
Well, looking at the whole scenario, especially listening to the police, one wonders, what do you think is the thinking of the police about this Biafra tense scenario that we have at the moment?
Okay, well, firstly, before I go on with that, I would like to condole with the people that have lost their life, because some people have lost their life in the whole of this. Some family are in tragedy now, and it's a needless death that has happened. It can be avoided, and I want to console all those people that are affected today on behalf of all Nigerians, that our thoughts are with you, and we pray that God will help you to manage and contain your losses. On the thought of policing or police, when you say police, you know, I always like to clarify whether are you talking about policing generally or the Nigerian police force, because they are two different things. So if you're talking about
I've got no business talking about Bermuda police force, Nigeria police force.
Okay, Nigerian police force. So when we talk about Nigerian police force in this, they are out to maintain law and orderliness. And if that is breached anywhere, it is their duty to step out and put law and order on the streets. So far, so good. They've been doing bit. They've had a loss of life too. An officer was killed. A police station was razed. And from my own point of view, I think that changed the equation of things operationally. When agitation is happening and we are trying to contain it, I think both on the side of the police, the military, and the public, the people who are agitating, it should be well coordinated in such a way that some lines will not be crossed.
Can the police do that without using live ammunition?
The police can do that without losing. It depends on the rule of engagement they have in place for that, and it depends on what they are up against. If they have an intelligence that a live ammunition is going to be used against them or is going to be used against other innocent members of the public, you wouldn't expect them to be carrying a rubber bullet against that kind of situation. So I don't know what intelligence they have on ground. They have an intelligence department that will tell them what they have seen. And there are some people that are also calling in to give police information about this. So they will act according to the intelligence they have. But let us go back to the people. I'm not a politician, and I'm neither in support or opposing IPOBs. But the way you go about agitating for things needs to be well coordinated. Things you say shouldn't become a threat to lives of people and property. Yesterday, I saw a very, very disturbing situation, because we look at what has happened, what is happening, and what is likely to happen afterwards. And that is from where I draw my conclusion of any comment I make here. For instance, I saw a disturbing situation of people that have been killed yesterday. I saw a disturbing situation of youths in Abia going on the street, just setting up checkpoints to search inside vehicles, passing to know whether there are people from the northern part of Nigeria in there. I saw that video, and I am very, very disturbed about the signal that is going to send across north. At the same time, in the last 24 to 48 hours, the Kano state, which is very, very prone to religion or ethnicity violence, the governor of that state held a meeting with all the Igbos, telling them, giving them assurance. In the last few weeks, we also saw the Sultan of Sokoto coming out to say, don't attack anybody. Before you attack anybody that is not an outsider, attack me. Giving them. We saw Governor Wike too calling all the Igbos together a few weeks ago, Hausas together, and telling them that the state is their state. They should feel free and feel safe. And I think that that did not go down the line very well. All those kids that we see on the street causing these half parents. Do you understand? I'm a parent too, and I have a son who is in his 20s. If I hear of any riot or any disturbance going on anywhere, the first thing I want to do as a parent is to call on my son. I hope you are not there. I'm throwing this challenge to all the people, all the Aba people now. I saw children on the street. I saw dead bodies of people that I consider to be young. What are your roles? What is the role of the governor?
The police didn't feature in this whole matrix until just yesterday. Is that not a huge anomaly, or to cast aspersions on the Nigerian police that ought to have been the vanguard of safety of the people of Abia State?
There are two ways we can look at that. The first way is that we have to look at the person who is the chief security officer of the state. The police commissioner in Abia State is a member of his cabinet. I don't know what has been the demand of the governor on his commissioner, the commissioner of police. The communication between the commissioner of police and the force headquarters, what they requested. But one thing I do know in the last 48 hours is that there has been a lot of deployment to Abia State. Don't forget that Abia State is not the only state where we have security challenges that is taking off police resources and manpower. I'm not defending the police, but incident must happen before deployment comes. We have existing force. I know that there are existing force in Abia State. It may not be enough. It may be okay for them to take care of the regular security, the checkpoint, anti-robbery, anti-kidnapping, and other stuff. But the moment we have special incidents like this, they have a operational manual where they will need to send in something we call special duty. I'm sure you've had that. So it's just you see them mobilizing mobile force from their Mopol base to go there to take care of business. And I think there may have been miscommunication and there may have been slight delay to prevent this. But I think the line was crossed the moment a police officer was killed, a police officer was raised, and the resident of the police, an attempted attack on the resident of a police officer.
So was there a case of insurrection in this scenario?
I won't be able to say that because I would like to speak from the position of knowledge. I've not been able to ask a question to that effect, but I will want to think so, looking at things from the rule of thumb, that maybe that has been the case, but I wouldn't want to hammer on
Did the police request that the army, maybe in a joint patrol, moving to Abia when they did, because of course this escalated as a result of that scenario?
Okay. To the best of my knowledge, I think there has been a joint patrol of the police and the army well before now. Even the last speaker said it, that there has been military checkpoint and police checkpoint. And I think that is also the case in almost every state, because I travel a lot by road in Nigeria and I see that a lot. So that has always been the place. Then there is a modus operandi. The way of security works is this. Once A happens, once you get there's a flow chart of what must happen when what happens. So the GOC of the state too is monitoring exactly what is going on, and they have their contingency plans. You don't want to wait to be reactive. You have to be proactive.